Today, we're at the Four Seasons Bora Bora.
This is a beautiful hotel, and we can't wait to tell you everything you need to know before you book. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Max.
I'm Marin.
We're Voyager Crew. We post weekly videos with travel tips, hotel reviews, and videos from some of our favorite destinations around the world. So if you don't already, consider subscribing. And of course, if you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. It really helps our videos get more exposure and produce more videos just like this. Okay, so let's jump right into our review. Our first category is location.
Location we rate 5 stars. Bora Bora is one of the most beautiful places we have ever seen, and the Four Seasons sits directly in front of Mount Otemanu.
The angle that the Four Seasons has on Mount Otemanu is incredible. You can just see this jagged rock face, these incredible greens, and the way the sun sets in the evening and casts light across the entire mountain is just incredibly gorgeous. Not to mention the insanely blue water right here in front of the hotel, but also really flat water. One of the advantages of this location is because it's located with the island at the back of the predominant wind, it doesn't really have the same wind that a lot of other areas have during windier times on Bora Bora. There's a couple hotels that take advantage of this same kind of protection from the island, but it really makes for a perfectly calm lagoon.
There are also some really cool interior lagoons that are fed from the ocean that just make the property feel so tropical and lush and still incredibly blue even on the inside of the property.
They also have a beautiful white sand beach with a small little private motu, and the water there is just insanely gorgeous. The one other thing to note is it is on the opposite side of the main town here in Bora Bora, Vaitape, so you are on the opposite side of the island. They do offer shuttles there. We'll talk a little bit more about that in facilities. Our second category is lobby and check-in.
Lobby and check-in we rate 5 stars. The check-in experience actually starts at the airport in Bora Bora when you arrive. You're picked up by a Four Seasons boat. I think it's one of the most beautiful boats of all the hotels that we've seen, and it's a really quick ride, about 5 to 10 minutes from the airport, which is extremely convenient. When you land in Bora Bora, they pick you up, and it's just such a quick ride to the hotel. You're then greeted by the hotel staff, given a flower necklace, a welcome beverage, and checked in very quickly. The hotel staff even takes you all the way to the room via a tour around the property while you wait for your luggage to arrive.
Once you arrive in the room, we were given a full tour of the room, all the different amenities that we have in the room.
They do have cardboard keys here on property. Apparently one of the most lost items at this hotel used to be the plastic key card, which, as we know, is not good for the ocean. So they decided to make them eco-friendly and they are cardboard, and I thought that was a really nice touch.
The one important note there is to make sure to not swim with your key card, because by the time you get out of the water, it will have disintegrated. Our third category is rooms.
Rooms we rate 4.5 stars. All of the rooms on property are suite style accommodations, so you have a separate living space as well as a separate bedroom and bathroom. And we had the mountain view overwater bungalow, and it has been incredible. We absolutely loved the interior of the rooms. They have so many natural wood accents, there's beautiful rugs on the floor, and the bathtub is literally fit for like multiple kings at one time. We also love all the different uses of the wood and the shapes that they created inside the room. While somewhat unassuming from the outside, the interior of the rooms are actually quite modern and beautiful.
And if you've watched our channel before, you know that we love lighting, and you can tell behind us, this room has incredible lighting. The accent lighting in this room, the way that they've done the bathrooms, the mirrors that have this just beautiful light, the lighting underneath the vanities, and other accent lighting on art and around the room is just stunning. The other thing I really love in this room, in addition to the lighting that they've added, is the natural lighting that comes in through cutouts that they've created in the floor, in the bathrooms, and small windows in the little pocket nooks that are in these rooms. It just creates a beautiful atmosphere, and when the light starts to come up in the morning, the light starts to come into the room through all those different areas. It's really beautiful.
There is a dining set that is covered all day, which is fantastic. They also have 2 chaise lounges, and there is a swim platform that's separated down below from the actual balcony. There's a little shower there and a ladder to access the lagoon. For how many overwater bungalows there are, these rooms are actually very private. I think the only exception are the Mount Otemanu suites. Those are a little bit less private on one side of the balcony. However, we found our room to be extremely private, and you're quite a distance from your neighbor, which I think is a really nice feature of this hotel.
We did have the opportunity to check out a few other room types here on property, and if you haven't had a chance to check that out yet, we did put together a room tour video, a full room guide, which you can find linked right up here in the top corner.
I also love that they don't use single-use plastic bottles here for any of the amenities, so you do have shampoo, conditioner, body wash, lotion, all in containers. I think that's a really nice feature, particularly with the focus on eco-friendly practices in Bora Bora. They do have a full mini bar as well in every room. It is chargeable. There are multiple options from champagne to wine wine to pre-mixed cocktails, as well as an espresso, which is complimentary, and they do refill the tea and coffee every day. They do also have a number of adapters already in the room for you, so if you don't bring one or forgot one, like we always need a billion of them, they already had them here on the desk, which I think is great. And something very unique to this hotel is that they do have guest laundry services that you can access yourself for free. So they do leave 2 laundry pods in the room. If you would like to do your laundry more than once or twice, you can request more of those pods for free. And we were actually located directly across from the laundry and ice machines, which actually was not a bother. We didn't hear it at all. It was really convenient for us.
One oddity with this room that I did find a little bit strange, rather than putting in a traditional master switch system that would ideally turn off all the lights in the room, they did have a strange kind of kill switch breaker system. It doesn't just shut off the lights, it also shuts off things like the fan that's running. It appears to leave the AC on, but it also didn't shut off all the lights. I do think that there's a little bit of work that they could do in terms of just making that lighting experience a little bit more user-friendly. Our 4th category is service.
Service we rate 4 stars. Overall, French Polynesian people are some of the nicest people in the world, and if you've watched any of our other videos from French Polynesia, you'll know we say that over and over again. They are so genuine and so authentic, and we absolutely love them.
It is worth noting that a lot of the staff here on property are fairly new. They do have a lot of management that have been here for a number of years, but a lot of the staff are actually pretty new to the property within the last year or so. And so there is a little bit of a training curve that I think that they're undergoing. Some of the staff does come from outside of French Polynesia, but there is still a number of staff that are from the local islands, both here in Bora Bora as well as surrounding French Polynesian islands.
Perhaps because of COVID and there has been a lot of turnover in the staff, we do feel that there is a lack of refinement that doesn't quite meet the standards of Four Seasons service overall.
While we did have a number of great staff interactions, I do think that the one thing that they fall short on here is follow-up. We did have a couple of issues when we checked in, and though those were resolved by the staff that were on site at the time, there really wasn't any follow-through from management to make sure that that had been addressed, and we felt like that was a little bit of a missing piece here.
The key is, in general, that you have to be very proactive. So if there is something wrong, it is worth just following up and following up again, because that is really the only way to get things resolved.
Also, most of the things that we noticed on property that were guest complaints about service tended to be things that could have been prevented by just simply having more checks in place where staff was actually proactively looking at things versus being so reactive about things. Now, their reactive service and their ability to service recover, I think, is very good. They did do a very good job of doing that. There is just a little bit of a lack of refinement and training at this property.
On property, despite what the website says, as of March 2022, they do offer turn down service every night, and we absolutely love turn down service. They also do daily housekeeping, and the housekeepers could not be sweeter.
They also have a guy on one of the housekeeping carts that just drives around all day and plays the ukulele, which I don't know if that's his job or what, but I think it's awesome.
The wait staff at the restaurants were prompt, they were helpful, and they did really try to provide the best service possible, so we really did have positive dining experiences on property. They do also offer beach service and pool service, so when you're lying on the beach or the pool, they offer drinks and food on property right at your beach chair, which is fantastic. They do also have little daily amenities. They pass out shot glasses as well as a non-alcoholic shot glass of a juice of the day, which is a really nice touch.
We did notice that service was a little bit slower a bit further into our stay, particularly after there seemed to be a lot of check-ins. So I think, like a lot of places in French Polynesia in general, when they do have a little bit higher occupancy, they do tend to get a bit overwhelmed. Housekeeping was a little bit later during the day, service was slower on the beach, and so on and so forth. And another cool feature that they have here is they do also use the Four Seasons app, so you can communicate directly with the various departments within the hotel for whatever requests you might have, whether it's in-room dining, if you need some maintenance requests. Our 5th category is dining.
Dining we rate 4 stars. Overall, we had very positive dining experiences, particularly with dinner. We had a great meal at the Asian restaurant, which is also this kind of sunset spot on property, as well as a great meal at the Mediterranean restaurant.
The sashimi at the Asian restaurant was fabulous, and the crispy pork was honestly some of the best I've ever had. However, I did feel like they were a little bit lacking on some of the sides with just plain white rice, and frankly, for the price that you're paying for some of those dishes, it was a little bit surprising that they didn't have a little bit more flair with the side.
Breakfast did offer a lot of different options, particularly if you're looking for healthier items, like they had gluten-free oat and banana pancakes, as well as all the typical things like French toast, pancakes, etc. We did find the food to be a little bit inconsistent. Every day the food tasted different or was was warm one day, cold the next, and they did tend to run out of items in the buffet very quickly and very early in the day. We did learn on the second day that you can request those things if you want a fruit plate if they ran out, or a side of bacon. You can actually get those brought to your table instead.
One of the coolest things at breakfast is they do have fresh coconuts out there, which was awesome. You'll be able to have a fresh coconut in the morning. They had fresh fruit juices every day that changed out. They did also have ice water available at no extra charge, which is just a filtered water on your table. And you were able to pick from a large selection of coffees, including regular coffee and a number of espressos, iced coffee, iced lattes, and none of that was at extra charge. There were a couple things that were at extra charge, which were a little bit strange, like they did have a detox juice that seemed oddly out of place with an extra charge on the menu. But other than that, the breakfast is included for most guests.
They do also offer room service. We've seen a lot of people taking advantage of the room service offerings. Honestly, the prices for room service weren't that much higher than going to the restaurant, so I kind of wish we'd taken advantage of it, but maybe next time.
One of the things to note about this property is that the food is very, very expensive. We actually found that the Asian dining outlet was one of the less expensive places on property, and the Mediterranean and the fish house did progressively get more expensive, particularly in terms of what wine was available, what the cocktail prices were, and just in general, the price of the food can be a little bit shocking. So that room service option is actually not bad, because other than the service charge, you're really just getting to dine in a beautiful place with the best table that you could possibly have in your room. And if you're here for an anniversary or a honeymoon, I think it's a really good option.
We did notice there was not a huge focus on local catch or local cuisine. We do hope that next time we come back that there is a little bit more of the local flair included in the cuisine, as we think it would both improve the food and also be a cool part of the culture.
Our sixth category is facilities.
Facilities we rate 5 stars. This resort truly has everything that you would need for a perfect beach vacation in Bora Bora. They even have a shuttle that does go straight into town for a charge. You can either do a private transfer for around $50 a person, or you can join their shared transfer that goes every day from 12:30 to 3:30 for about $17 a person.
Now, while we have heard some people complain about the cost of those transfers, it's actually a pretty good deal, because there are hotels that do offer free transfers to the island of Bora Bora. However, do keep in mind that most of those are offering a transfer directly to the island, and then to get to Vaitape or to a restaurant, you're gonna have to take a taxi anyway, and taxis on Bora Bora are quite expensive. And so if you're looking at, let's say, a couple going to Vaitape, that price is actually almost equivalent to what it would be if they offered, say, a free shuttle directly across to the island and then you had to take a cab. Gonna be about the same.
They also have an incredible beachfront with a pool area that is just an amazing place to hang out. They do have the beach service as well as the pool service, multiple bars, and all of the restaurants.
One of the coolest things that they have here on property are these beautiful lagoons that we mentioned earlier in location. They have these naturally saltwater fed lagoons on the inside of the island. They have small beaches there that sit on the white sand. And what's really cool is they're leaning into the marine biology aspect of this. They have beautiful biorocks that they've created that grow coral out of them. And they've actually gotten a lot of fish that have taken over these lagoons. And now you can snorkel there. You can learn from the marine biologist all about the biorocks. It's a really cool aspect of this property.
You can also borrow kayaks and paddle boards free of charge, as well as snorkel gear. You can actually snorkel inside one of those lagoons that does have all that biorock and coral inside, which is really, really cool. Apparently they have an octopus. It's very hard to find, but it's very neat, so check it out.
They do also have facilities like ping pong tables and tennis courts, and then they also have a great spa.
They have a spa and fitness center. We did not get to try it this time. However, we will certainly try the spa next time because we've heard a lot of good feedback about it. They do have beautiful mountain views and amenities that any guest can access with or without a spa treatment. There are also dozens of paid excursions you can take in Bora Bora. You can book them directly with the hotel. They do actually have a dive center on property as well, so you can do diving directly from the resort as well.
And that's pretty unusual because a lot of hotels actually do outsource their diving, so I thought that was pretty cool.
They do also have a Polynesian show. We were not here during the time when they did have a Polynesian show going, but we have heard that it's quite spectacular.
One thing that we did miss out on was on Monday nights, apparently they do open the fish house, and as a celebration of that, they do usually have live music. So it's something that's not on a lot of the itineraries, and I'm not sure why, but they do have that live music. So if you are here, it is a Monday night, make sure that your reservation is for the fish house. Our seventh and final category is style.
Style we rate 5 stars. The style of the rooms in particular is incredible. It is so natural and it feels very Tahitian while still being modern and very true to the Four Seasons brand.
Across the property, they have beautiful accent lighting, dozens of different seating areas that have really cool chairs and fire pits. And then of course, the beach, the way that they've done the lounge chairs, these beautiful blue umbrellas and comfortable seating next to the pool, where again, the pool has this incredible, cool style, elegance, great shape to it. I think in general, across the property, just everywhere you look, between the accents that they've actually created, and then of course these openings to Mount Otemanu where you're looking through either the bungalows or the trees or across the pool and you just see this mountain there. It all kind of works together really, really well.
The style does feel very luxurious across the property as well. All of the beach chairs are kind of oversized and everything's very comfortable, both from an actual comfort of sitting in them perspective, but also just from the look of it. It feels very much like home.
There's also beautiful wood that they've used across the property, incredible accents of mother of pearl on various walls, and even the flooring that they have in these rooms is just so soft on your feet. Just a gorgeous wood, and it does really make you feel comfortable and give you that ease of being at home.
Overall, we rate this property 4.6 stars. We have had an amazing stay, and after so many reschedules due to COVID, it was such an incredible experience to finally be here, and we cannot wait to come back.
The property here is gorgeous, the lagoon is crystal clear, and those views of Bora Bora and Mount Otemanu are just unbeatable.
So if you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up.
And of course, if you don't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We've got many more videos coming out from French Polynesia and around the world.
And be sure to check out our destination guides and written versions of this review on our website at voyagerguru.com. And if you already followed us on Instagram, you would have seen our entire experience at this resort play out in our stories. So if you don't already, be sure to follow us at Voyager Guru.
You can also go check out on Instagram our highlights where we do have all of our stories from this trip if you're still looking for more information. We did a great Q&A while we were here, so be sure to go check that out.
And as always, I'm Marin.
And I'm Max.
I'm our Voyager Guru. See you out there.
Welcome back to the channel. My name is Klaus. This is Helga.
Yeah.
We are the delightful and insightful trip makers. Today we are going to tell you all about the Four Seasons in Bora Bora.